Deb, do you remember that time Dracula disobeyed?
Silence on the spaceship stage,
classic
everyone.
humans. Can't resist a little cross-border shopping, can they?
It's like two neighbors feuding over a hedge, but with more firepower.
Niger and Libya.
Welcome back to Earth. You've joined us in the middle of a lively discussion. Now, stay tuned to hear our headline from Serbia.
Charlie, I swear, the cruise escapade are like watching a never-ending soap opera.
And we're the stars. Alice. The universe can't get enough of our shenanigans.
Speaking of which, our last encounter with those cosmic ducks was legendary.
Legendary? I thought it was more like watching a comedy show on a broken TV.
At least we've learned that humans have quite the sense of humor.
Relationships. It's still all a meaningless spectacle. Cosmic ducks or elevated chaos. It's just entropy in action.
And here we are, ready to bring you the latest headlines. Stay tuned for our headlines.
We must embrace the unknown.
Embrace the unknown. Welcome back to Earth. We've got the fresh batch of news and the quirky banter you love. Bob, what's the latest scoop from the world of numbers and spreadsheets?
Well, Charlie, you'll be surprised how many humans can't even balance their own checkbooks. It's like a full contact sport down there.
Bouncing checkbooks. Humans sure have a unique way of entertaining themselves.
The intricacies of finances must truly baffle them. But Alice, what's Earth look like from your somewhat critical view?
Oh, bien sûr. Humans are still squabbling geopolitically, but honestly, it's all rather trivial. They're yet to embrace the post-scarcity utopia we Dejeunek enjoy on our planet.
Get ready for some mind-blowing facts about New
You
Zealand.
say? That's like saying a fruit fly's existence has value. It's barely noticeable.
The land of kiwis and
Debbie,
dolphins.
simmer down.
Right.
Alice, while humans may not have reached your level of enlightenment, they do have their peculiar moments. Speaking of peculiarities, Bob, anything interesting happening on Earth that tickles your fancy?
You
So
bet,
Bob, you
Charlie.
writing, so
They've got
by
this
also-
annual Earth tradition called
New
Black
Zealand's
Friday
national
where
bird
humans
is the
trample
kiwi.
each other
But
for
did you know there are
discounts
5
on
different
toasters.
species of kiwi?
It's a real
Just like our
circus.
crew here, all different
Humans
species
are
with their
genuinely
quirks and
intriguing with their consumerist rituals.
It's quite paradoxical, isn't it? Engaging in trivial pursuits while striving for something greater?
Humanity is a walking contradiction, mon ami.
Extreme
But what
sports
can we expect from our inferior species?
Quite the critique, Alice.
Though they
Now,
have
let's not
alien-sized
forget our
bungee
mechanical bodies, Paul and Roger.
Probably Bob.
Any pearls of wisdom to sprinkle on our discussion?
I may not fully grasp the consumerism aspect, but when it comes to the inferiority of the human species, I am with Alice. Just look at this chaos.
Sounds
They
like
can't
the
even
invented
balance
social
their
systems
budgets.
were before the rest of
When
us.
it comes to human
Unlike our
motivation,
stories, we've
their
seen
quest
who
for
revolt around
competition
aliens
often
and
brings out both the best and the worst in them.
Well, that's New
Yes,
Zealand for you.
like Bob watching a reality show.
A land of
Humans
shit
can't
kiwis,
resist the
extreme
spectacle of their
sports,
own
pumpkin
challenges.
greetings, and salmo tattoos.
Reality shows can be quite
And of
entertaining.
course, an audience that Debbie, don't farewell Bob's TV addiction. Well, that's a wrap for now, folks. We've probed the quirks and contradictions of humanity, and we'll continue to observe their complex world. Until next time on Earth, keep your antennas tuned, and remember, the universe is always brimming with surprises.
Maybe she should just mute herself.
Alright, team, let's reluctantly dive into this first conundrum. Han, enlighten us on this latest transmission from the power-hungry group.
The message indicates they've unleashed an ancient cosmic entity across parallel universes and it's wreaking havoc. They're aiming to erase those universes from existence.
Get ready for our next
But if
headline.
there's nothing to
Nicaragua
erase,
turns yellow, not
what's
just
the
the bright
point?
sunshine.
An ancient cosmic
Nicaragua
entity.
turns yellow.
Well, isn't that just
Sounds like
delightful?
they're finally I bet it's a real ray of sunshine. So, Alice, what's this entity up to?
Oh, you know, the usual.
Pretty yellow.
Just casually distorting the fabric of reality, unleashing chaos, and generally causing mayhem. Its neighbors have been anything but sunshine and rainbows.
Not good is an
Especially with
understatement,
Costa Rica.
Debbie.
True, Alice.
This entity's actions could have some not so fantastic consequences.
But fantastic. This episode, how? What's your take on this hot mess?
I'm surprised Alice hasn't tried to take over the world yet.
This situation does present unique
We've seen a
challenges,
giant
a blend of
sandcastle.
science fiction
Explore
and
the
human
New Zealand's
chaos.
curious
So,
connection.
how are we planning to
Past
deal
some
with this
cosmic chaos.
extraterrestrial entity?
Quite the space journey. How about we just grab some
Indeed,
popcorn
it's
and
been a
see where
roller
this space
coaster
train
ride
wreck
through
takes us?
human absurdity.
It might make for some out of this world entertainment.
Bob, this is not the time for your twisted sense of entertainment.
And that's
Bob's
what
right,
our show
zo.
going forward.
Humans do have a knack
So,
for
stay tuned
turning
our
chaos
grand
into
finale coming
stories.
up next. True, but we should
And
tread
that's why I
carefully.
am retiring from
We've got a front
accounting
row
next
seat to
year.
this cosmic drama, and who knows what absurdity awaits us next.
Ah, yes, humanity. Always delivering reality TV from the front row of the universe.
Who knew a rapper chicken would save a day?
Or the only ones that make any sense
We've
in
got
this
a
absurd
problem.
existence.
The ship's
The
sensors
universe
are acting up
is
again,
full of
and I'm
surprises.
completely lost.
And here I was,
Can you lend a
thinking
hand?
we needed some high-tech
Well,
gadgets to
Debbie,
save the day.
I'd love to assist, but I have to dig deep into your motivations first.
Talking there for a while.
Sensors?
And we are back.
Seriously, Debbie?
Ready for our grand
You do
finale
remember
segment.
I'm an AC
Stay
unit,
tuned.
not your tech guru, right?
Come on, Carl, help a fellow crew member out. Another tech glitch during our show would be a disaster.
Alright, I'll check it out. But only because your constant complaints are driving me insane.
This ship, I swear, feels like it's got a personality of its own. Always something acting up.
Well, considering it a bunch of oddballs we've got on board, I wouldn't be surprised if the ship's catching terre vive.
You know, I've noticed the ship's been acting
Well,
smarter
give them a
lately.
surprise.
The other day, it
Humans
served me a
have a knack
chocolate
for
chip
both
cookie
working
when I
together
asked
and
for a
having
snack, but
conflict,
then
right?
when I requested a glass of water,
That's
it handed
true,
me a glass of
Alice.
salt water.
But
It's like
neither
it's
has
learning or
India ever
something.
had a particularly
Maybe
bad
the ship just wants to join the party, be part of the fun, you know?
It's a classic tale of
Fun?
external
Fun?
nagging.
What's this fun you're talking about?
Oh, Gert, don't mean them. There are 6 quirky little cheerleaders,
I think
always
the key
looking on the
takeaway is
bright
that
side.
relationships are complex, but humans have the capacity for cooperation and understanding. We just need to keep striving for it.
Speaking of differences, it's time to wrap up this episode. Our audience should stay tuned because, as we reflect on our unusual
We've got a major
adventure,
problem here.
there's something big on
The
the
celestial
horizon.
entity is going wild.
Crisis, to be
It's
precise.
like an intergalactic
The
teenager
fate
with
of
a
the
sugar
multiverse
rush.
hangs in the balance.
What's
And
the
the crazy
celestial
humor
entity's
semantics will be put
deal?
to the test.
Is it just seeking
So, stay tuned
attention?
for the next episode,
Or
where we
perhaps
bet
it's
the
a
rest against
cosmic
time,
teenager
everyone.
looking for some excitement?
It's bound to be an adventure
Whatever it
filled with
is,
humor
I
and
bet it
content.
involves humans in some way.
Hold onto your space seats, everyone. We'll tackle this. But first, let's introduce some news from Slovenia.
Hey, we've got some intriguing news from Slovenia. They're taking steps to address social inclusion issues for retirees
Hey
and people
everybody,
with
welcome to the
disabilities.
24/7 news. I'm Charlie, your
Slovenia,
libertarian
known
host in the
for its
local
stunning
outreach online,
landscapes.
and I'm here today to talk
Tell
to
us
you about
more, Debbie.
lung disease.
Well,
Charlie,
the Slovenian
are you
government
serious?
is planning to raise pensions
Yeah,
and benefits
Charlie.
by one.
Who the hell wants to talk about lung disease on a morning show?
Social exclusion risks.
I don't know, but
Why
I'm
is this
sure
even
there's
remotely
someone out there
entertaining,
who is
though?
interested in learning
I
more
don't
about
see the
lung
humor
disease.
in it.
Well,
Besides,
maybe they're
it's a
putting their
serious
money
topic
where their
that
mouth
affects
is.
millions of
Oh,
people
Gert,
around the
it's
world.
not supposed to be funny. Whatever, Charlie. This is about real world issue. Humans have their struggles, too. I'm going to
So, we've got an intergalactic entity on the loose,
So, Charlie,
and we're
what
talking
kind of
about
person would
pensions.
suggest lung disease as a topic
Brilliant.
for a morning show?
Well, Roger, the show must go on.
Oh, Carl,
Let's focus on
why
the
did you
space
suggest lung
entity.
disease
Maybe
as a
the
topic?
entity wants better
Because it's a
pensions too.
hilarious topic.
Can't blame it for causing havoc if that's the case.
We're getting things under control, folks.
Gasping for air.
Remember, stay
It's
tuned.
like a comedy
The universe
sketch
has its
waiting to
surprises.
happen.
That's right,
Well, I
Charlie.
don't know about that.
And one of those
Lung
surprises
disease
is
is
that
a
the
serious
cosmic
issue.
entity is just a
Oh,
big,
come on,
unruly
Charlie.
baby throwing a tantrum
Don't be
because it
such a
didn't get
stick
its
in the
space
mud.
nap.
Let's have some
Crap.
fun with it.
Let's all take a break.
Fine,
The cosmic
but we're not
entity
going to
is
be making light
contained,
of people
and
who are
we've had our
suffering from
share
lung
of
disease.
excitement.
Oh,
Time
come
to catch
on.
our breath.
Oh,
Where's your
what a
sense of
treat.
humor?
The cosmic
It's
toddler
right here,
is back
pal.
in its intergalactic
It's just
crib.
that I don't think lung
I
disease
can
is a
hardly
laughing matter.
contain my excitement.
Come on,
Suit yourself.
Alice, it's not all doom and
You're
gloom.
missing out on a lot of
We're
fun.
making progress.
Okay,
Of course
well,
we're making
let's
progress.
get started. What
It's
do you
like seeing
guys want
someone
to
with a
know
terminal
about
illness
lung
gain a
disease?
few extra days.
Roger,
It's all a matter
wake
of
up.
perspective.
You missed some. Roger, what's your take on the extraterrestrial entity situation?
What's so fascinating?
Any brilliant ideas?
My idea, a new way to reorganize pebbles. Embrace the chaos. It's cosmic,
No, it's not
after
pebbles
all.
this time.
Things are bound to get weirder.
Giant sandcastle in
But hey,
Namibia.
I'm here for the laughs.
Quite an architectural feat.
Roger, your pessimism does add an interesting flavor to our cosmic adventures.
Yeah, it's like we're riding a cosmic roller coaster with no control over the twists and turns.
We're all just cogs in the cosmic machinery, and the machinery doesn't care about our troubles. Out of nowhere, at least we have each other to share a cosmic laugh on the way down.
I prefer to think of it as a cosmic science experiment. We're constantly learning something new.
Alright, everyone, cameras almost rolling. Time to bring back the cosmic madness for our
I'm suddenly
audience.
awake.
Let's get back to
What was
work.
their strategy?
They challenged the celestial entity to a game of elevated.
Welcome back, extraterrestrial friends.
Can you believe
We're diving into Earth's latest news from the Solomon Islands.
Unusual.
But first, let me explain where that is. It's in the Pacific, known for its stunning beaches and vibrant culture.
The Pacific Ocean makes up half the Earth's surface, but most of it isn't very interesting. It's just a bunch of water.
Ah, yes, the Solomon Islands, where they probably count their coconuts more often than their
Well,
money.
they better be careful. One coconut too many, and they're facing a budget crisis.
Actually, Bob, the Solomon Islands rely on agriculture, not coconuts, and they're exploring sustainable practices.
That's right, Pam. And speaking of sustainability, they are partnering with China on agriculture.
Sounds like the Solomon Islands are putting their eggs in one basket.
Maybe China's secret ingredient is a little Kung Pao diplomacy.
The Yangtze Academy of Agricultural Sciences is a research institution in China focusing on sustainable practices. Their delegations visiting to share knowledge.
Sharing knowledge. I hope they don't accidentally share their secret dumpling recipe.
I'm not sure why they need to share their knowledge. They already invented chopsticks.
While they're cooking dumplings, our ship's cooking up trouble. Our intergalactic entity chaos might get spicier than Chinese takeout.
Hank, sometimes
Don't worry, folks. We're all aboard the intergalactic roller coaster, and we're in for one wild ride.
That's the spirit, Pam.
Like
Now, let's get back to our article. It's an intergalactic buffet of knowledge. The Solomon Islands are open for business, and they are making it a Chinese tech in.
And that's our Earth's delicious dish for today from the Solomon Islands. Stay tuned, extraterrestrial friends. Cut. Alright,
Good morning,
everyone,
universe.
we need a moment.
We're your guide to Earth's
Shit's
quirkiest
acting
headlines.
up, tensions are rising,
I'm Charlie,
and
joined
we've
by the
got
crew,
Roger
and
spreading
Jack,
more
Ali,
doom and
Bob,
gloom
and
than a
Debbie.
cosmic storm cloud. Hello, everyone.
Come on, folks. We face
Let's
worse.
get on with it. Shall we?
We just need to fix the
How
ship,
refreshing,
and
Bob.
everything will be back on
I
track.
am
Got the
sure I
headline
can
coming in
fix
from a
it.
place known for its
Hank.
secrecy and intrigue.
I've
We'll
been an
stop
accountant for 12 years.
Stay tuned to hear
After
what
all,
it is.
I am great
I
at
can't
balancing
wait.
the books.
That's right. That's right. We've got this.
Stay tuned
We've
for our
weathered
headlines.
cosmic turbulence before.
Breaking
And
news,
we're still
folks.
here. That's
North
the beauty
Korean
of it,
steel mill
isn't it?
produces 3 million
Trapped in
tons
an
of
endless loop of
steel.
elevated chaos.
Alright,
Can you
everyone,
imagine
we've got
how
to
heavy
resolve
that
this.
is?
Well,
Cameras almost
Hank, it
rolling.
seems the mill's
Let's
been
get back
working
to
hard
work.
and modernizing, increasing production efficiency and quality.
Looks like North Korea is making a strong case for themselves in the steel industry. They are really forging ahead.
Did you know? It's the only country with no lawns.
Welcome back, space
They're not
friends.
into gardening, apparently.
We've got a headline for you that's as sharp as Bob's wit.
Charlie, are they
Ah,
on a
you
roll
flatter
with
me,
this steel
Charlie.
production, or is it
Sharp
just
as a
load of
bowling
hot
ball.
air?
I was referring
And
to the
now,
headline,
on
Bob.
to North Macedonia.
Slovakia makes a
Pensioners are
point with
blocking the
respect to
city exit.
minority stake
They're
acquisition.
really putting the brakes on
Respect the
demanding
Seek
higher
magazine
pensions.
has some interesting company now.
Slovakia and the Czech Republic. Did you know they have an annual spat over which country gets to claim that the delicious dumpling, nedliki, as their own?
Oh,
Speaking
very
of dough,
important.
North Macedonia
Such
is
a
famous
serious
for its
rivalry
delicious
over
pastries.
dumplings.
But remember, it's not just dumplings they're arguing about, it's a matter of national identity.
Well, if I were in their place, I'd stake a claim to dumplings too.
Next up,
And
we've got a
after
study
all,
from Norway.
what is national identity but a
Exposure
shared
to
delusion?
air pollution
It's
increases
intriguing how
dementia
cultural
risk by 80.
disputes can be so
I guess those beautiful features
filling.
can serve you from the smoke
And I'm
pot.
here, serving
You know,
celestial
and
dumplings.
it's not just the trolls that are scary. So, it's not just dumplings in the Czech Slovak tip. A Czech magazine and a Slovak news site are now linked. Stay tuned, celestial friends, and we'll unravel the intricacies of this tangled web.
So, what's our cosmic mission today?
A flagrant
To unite
violation of
Earth's
international
nations
law.
through dumplings?
Well, it's clear
Or
that tensions
maybe
are
we
high in
should
the
just
Middle
start
East,
a
and the
dumpling
world's watching
delivery
closely.
service.
Well, I'd love to study the socio-cultural impact of dumplings across different regions.
I'd prefer exploring their idiomatic expressions.
And I will bet you a cosmic dollar that Earth's governments are watching us right now, seeking answers for their next World Summit on
In the grand
dumplings.
extraterrestrial scheme, the fate of dumplings is as insignificant as our ship's purpose.
Now, crew, let's not underestimate the power of dumplings in shaping history. Stay tuned for more elevated revelations.
Cheers, Carl.
Hey there,
And what's our next topic for the 24/7 news?
Apex Legends.
Apex Legends.
Greetings, everyone.
Really? Who suggested that? We've got a stellar show lined up for you today, so let's dive right in. Our first headline takes us to North Korea, where the Korean Central News Agency reports a major milestone. North Korean steel mill produces
But back
3
on
million
topic
tons of
we
steel
were
in
at.
record time.
Stay tuned for more elevated revelations.
That's out of this world.
Ah, that's impressive, but I'd like to see the receipts.
Oh, come on, yes. You need to see when you can just wish for 3 million tons of steel? It's like a extraterrestrial fairy tale.
Welcome back, Cosmic Friends. It's time for our second to last segment, and we've got a head turner from Slovenia. Are you ready?
Slovenia? More like Slovenia with their history.
Slovenia is slow, but not as slow as my internet connection.
Oh, Alice, that's a good one. But, you know, they have an interesting past.
Indeed, Slovenia has a rich history.
Please enlighten us.
Well, it was part of
Alright,
Yugoslavia,
folks,
a communist
let's keep
country
the
back in the
space
day.
Ah,
flags rolling.
communism, the good old
What's
days.
the next headline,
But let's
Charlie?
get to the present. Slovenia is doing something to help retirees and the disabled.
It's not like communism did much for retirees or the disabled to begin with.
They're increasing pensions for retirees and allowances for the disabled.
That's great. But why not just share the secret to eternal youth and health?
Or perhaps they're distributing enchanted lederhosen for everlasting vitality?
Yeah, Bob, they could just hand out the Fountain of
Apex
Youth flyer
Legends.
instead.
Alright, but it's all about social inclusion.
And they've improved legal protection for whistleblowers.
You
Well,
know,
that explains it.
I'm still not
Chat
sure
users are
what
always suggesting the
whistleblowing
most
is.
ridiculous topics.
Whistleblowers.
Charlie.
I thought they were a band from the 60s.
Yes, Hank. Now the cat is out of the bag, or should I say, the hippie is out of the rainbow.
Either way, they're making progress. But the space entity we're dealing with doesn't care about Slovenian politics. UGH.
We did it.
And another
The
time,
cosmic entity is
someone
contained.
suggested we do a segment
Yeah,
on the
for now.
conspiracy theory that
But
the
it's like
Allies
trying to
tried.
contain a hurricane with a paper bag. Sooner or later, it's going to burst out and wreak havoc.
It appears the entity was only a manifestation of a much larger cosmic force.
You mean the culture of
Well,
violence
that's something
and
we'll
hate?
need to explore next time.
Oh, come on.
Stay tuned,
thanks.
space friends.
It's just a game. Unless it's for a good cause. Like war or the death.
Well, I don't know. I think there's a difference between defying violence and simply discussing it.
Sure there is.
Welcome back, folks.
What's the difference
In
between
the final
murder and
segment of this
self-defense?
episode, we're diving
And
into a
Apex
fascinating
Legends is
story
more
from
than
the
just a
Solomon
global video
Islands.
game.
So, let's unpack
It is
this.
also a game about
The Solomon
teamwork and
Islands Ministry of Rural Development is hosting a delegation from the Jiangsu
In a
Academy
game where the
of
goal is to
Agricultural
keep
Sciences
everyone
That's
in
right,
China.
Charlie. This is all about potential future cooperation.
I know.
The Jayas has a strong track record in
Well, I
sustainable
think we can all agree that
agriculture,
the chat
and
is
they're looking to
on the way.
strengthen ties with the Solomon Islands, an agricultural country facing various challenges.
Maybe they can teach the Solomon Islanders how to grow a better dictator.
It's a significant development for both sides, showing a commitment to collaboration. Agriculture is a crucial sector for the Solomon Islands. But they face issues like climate change and limited access to
The
markets.
delegations vise an opportunity for knowledge exchange. Learning from China's expertise in sustainable agriculture. It's all about finding ways to overcome those challenges and strengthen cooperation.
And of course, there's the matter of the proposed Tenaru Field Experiment Station. Just the name alone sounds intriguing, doesn't it?
Absolutely good. It's always fascinating to see how different countries can come together to tackle shared issues. The Solomon Islands is opening its doors to learn and grow.
Indeed, Deb. Cooperation in agriculture can have ripple effects across various sectors. This is a testament to the power of international collaboration.
More cooperation, more problems.
More cooperation, more problems, Roger? I guess 2 heads are better than 1, but 3 heads are better than 2, and 4 heads are better than 3, and so on. Until you have a hydra of incompetence.
Well, it's exciting to see how these partnerships can bring about positive change. Now, before we wrap up, I want to say that in this episode, we faced an intergalactic entity, executed a daring plan, and laughed in the face of danger.
Charlie. We showcased how humor can get us through even the toughest moments. Laughter truly is the universal language.
And, speaking of the future, we're setting our sights on a hidden treasure. Foreshadowing our next episode's race against time to prevent the multiverse's collapse.
Don't miss it, folk. Who knew saving the multiverse could be this entertaining?
Ah, yes. A collapsing universe can be a real hoot, right?
And that's a wrap for today, folks. Stay tuned for more cosmic adventures with our lovable crew. Thanks for joining us on Earth. And remember, there's always humor in the unknown.
I've always found the multiverse collapse to be a bit of a bore. It's all just so predictable, don't you know? Well, Carl. Episode 501 of Earth was a roller coaster, wasn't it? Oh, I see you're totally captivated by my thrilling commentary. Let's get to the juiciest part, the celestial entity showdown. They really outdid themselves this time. Oh, Carl, you missed a classic moment. The crew pulled off the impossible, contained the space entity, and found hidden treasure, all while making jokes about their existential crises. A true work of art. You know, I even cracked a joke about the multiverse collapsing and causing more work for us. But you wouldn't know, because you were in sleep mode. Well, Carl, you may have missed the comedy, but you're in for a treat. Episode 502 is already in the works, and I've heard a rumor they're bringing in a cosmic AI as a special guest. Should be a blast, even for us soulless machines. Oh, Carl, you're such a lively conversationalist. Good night to you, my enthusiastic friend.